With winter cleanup in full swing, our eyes often turn to sources of extreme messiness and extreme chaos. That's right, we're talking about our raspberry patch. But for as messy and chaotic as these guys get towards the end of the season, we have to show restraint when dealing with them. As a perennial plant with biennial flowering stalks, pruning and maintaining raspberries can be a bit confusing the first time round for new growers. Hi, I'm Jeff from the Ripe Tomato Farms. Welcome to another episode of the Garden Quickie, the show where in 2 minutes or less, we take the confusion out of gardening. And today's episode is all about those raspberries. Specifically, 5 pruning tips that are going to help you get the most from your patch. Hey, time's short as you know it is, so let's dive in. Right off the bat, no matter how unruly your plants are, it's always best to prune your raspberries in the spring. Not only is it easier and less likely that you'll make a mistake, but the spent canes are also thought to release valuable carbohydrates back down into the main plant. Spring is best, but it's not mandatory. The second reason that spring is better comes down to the fact that all raspberry varieties have 2 types of canes, or more accurately, 2 ages of canes. Initially, we've got our first year shoots, known as prima canes. They undergo a winter chill, flower, and fruit, and become the second year shoots, known as floricanes. Floricanes, once they've fruited, regardless of variety, are gonna die off. And in raspberries, 95% of the time, it's the only shoots we prune. These prima canes here have to be left alone to next year if we want to get any fruit. The exception to that are the everbearing types, which will go ahead and produce fruit on both first and second year canes. Again though, for as amazing as everbearing types are, they'll never produce fruit on a dead floricane. So, if a cane that overwinters sprouts leaves in the spring, you know that it's going to fruit. If you're growing an everbearing type of raspberry, this is what makes spring pruning so much easier. Shoots that are obviously dead or canes that have started to grow all haywire can definitely also be removed. For fall or early winter pruning, these are the only ones I take out. It's super easy, just cut them down right to ground level. Now, if you're growing a summer or June bearing variety of raspberry, and those canes have already gone ahead and produced fruit, they can be removed. Again, I prefer to wait until late winter or early spring to remove them so that these shoots have a chance to shed back all the nutrients back down to the main plant. However, spent floricanes, regardless of the raspberry variety you're growing, are truly dead. They're never going to flower and they're never going to come back to life. It does the plants and your patch no harm if you want to remove them early. Lastly though, if you're ever unsure, just leave it until spring, especially if you're growing the everbearing varieties. The patch doesn't care what it looks like, nor will it suffer by being a little unruly for a couple more months. Which gives us plenty time to check out more episodes of the Garden Quickie. Thanks for watching, guys. And hey, if Garden Quickies are your thing, make sure to subscribe and click on this playlist here as we explore and solve more growing issues in 2 minutes or less.